tere tulemast kuulama Kaver-3 Ameerika Jalgpalli podcasti, minu nimi on Ülar ja minuga on siin täna üks eriline külaline Andy Owusu, kes oli minu meeskonnakaaslane Poris, kui ma mängisin 2019 ja ta on siis, nagu nimest juba aru saad, siis ta ei ole eestlane ja ta on siis britt ja seoses sellega teeme ka selle inglise keeles, on ju, saate nautida Ülari ilusat eesti aktsendiga inglise keelt. Jep, ja mis siis ikka, läheme inglise keele peale. What's up, Andy? How you been?
Hey, man. I'm good. I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm good. Just got home. It's nice being home. It's been a while, honestly. You remember I left Estonia when we finished the final pretty much 2019. I haven't been home since, so it's cool. It's cool.
Where have you been?
I went to US, did I started my masters. So.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I've been there. Locked,
right,
you know.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good.
Yeah.
That's a good segue. How bad has it been in UK now because of the COVID and all that crap?
We've been in and out of lockdowns for the past 2 years, and then the government said we were officially meant to come out of lockdown on June 21st, which is
Monday
in 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they postponed it now because there's a new variant of COVID. There's a new variant of COVID, so now postponed it for. It's somewhere in July. They postponed it for like 3 or 4 weeks now. So we don't know. We're
crap.
still in lockdown. But like restaurants are open. You can go and eat inside restaurants now. It's just like other things on, like clubs and other things are still shut down.
How's training though? Gyms and stuff are open or?
So for the longest time, gyms have been closed. So when it's like we're in a proper lockdown, and we do it city by city, so it's not like the whole country.
Okay.
Sometimes it would be most of the people, but it depends on the COVID rates in the city. In London, we've been in lockdown 3 times now. So every time we go into lockdown, we go in and we come out, and we go in and we come out. Every time we go in, they shut down the gym. They shut down everything: gyms, like clothing stores, sports centers, any team activities. The only thing that is open is supermarkets to buy food. And not hospitals, etc. All the other businesses and stuff, everybody's working from home, so everything gets shut down. So there was a period where we didn't go gym for like I think 3 or 4 months. Everyone was just at home. It was crazy. So that led to me. I had to buy my own set of weights and stuff at some point last year, just in case, because I don't believe that we're gonna be free yet.
Yeah, but how freaking expensive was it there? I know in US, like when the COVID lockdown hit, those prices just rose like crazy.
I got my set for £350. I'm not quite sure what the currency conversion is, but I got my set for 350. It was I got an Olympic bar for Olympic bar. There, you can see it here. Got a bar somewhere in the corner,
and some weights, right?
And I got some weights as well. One sec, let me just put that back.
Yeah, don't let it fall.
I got some weights. I got. I know, right?
Okay.
I got 420 plates and 2 10 plates, so it's like over 120 kg. I've been using at home.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad.
That's too bad. But do you have a bench or something, or just a bar? And
I'm on the floor. So when I do my bench, I lay on my floor and I roll it over my chest, and then I do it, and then. Yeah, it's difficult. Well, after a while, you get the technique after a while.
That's fair. I know. Like US, those prices were so high. Like I was like, screw it. I built my own dumbbells. I did my own medicine ball and all that shit. Yeah, it was like
that's good.
I'm 15 kilos. It's not much, but you can work on tempo and stuff, so it's still fine. You know,
you need something. Yeah, you just need something.
Exactly. So I mean, but now, how have you been able to train now or?
So in terms of gym work and field work, gym work we had to take some time off for a while, but in terms of field work, like going to the park and doing drills and stuff like that, I was doing it with my friends for the past year and a half now. Every Saturday we go to the park and we do like 2 hours on the park. We're doing like hill sprints or something, or we're doing drills, or we're doing routes, or working on footwork and doing ladders and cones. Like I got ladders and cones and everything, so every Saturday for the past year and a bit, we've been going to the park just to get some cardio, get the footwork, get the body moving. So the gym was the only thing that was in and out.
So that was still allowed. You can still go outside and run at least, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can still go outside, yeah, because it's for exercise. So
Yeah.
you're allowed to go outside only
good.
for exercise, though. Only to run, yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so of course, then yeah, gym wise it was crappy, but at least you are in some sort of condition, right? Same here, same for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it helped.
And I didn't say in the beginning, you're a running back actually, but you're my size, and I'm a freaking outside linebacker at the end. How much you weigh now? What are you in pounds?
Right now, because of COVID, it before our third lockdown, I was shredding down a bit, so I lost weight. I was banging cardio, doing everything. I went down. Usually, I'm around like 105 kg. I went down to 96 kg in November, and then we went into another lockdown, and now I've lost everything. So right now, and I've been studying. So obviously, when you're studying, I had exams all throughout last month. I had 5 exams. So with May, I've just been going to the library, sitting down. Not really working out. So at the end of that, I weighed myself this morning. I'm 102. So yeah, not too bad. I'm trying to get trying to lean out again.
Not too bad actually. Only 10 kilos less than I am. I'm a bit fat right now, so they moved me inside for a T tackle, so that's why I was a bit fat. I've been a bit fat lately, but that's cool. That's cool because
that's a sign if they move you inside.
Yeah, exactly. Those big guys are freaking strong and big, But yeah, but freaking Andy. So 2019 was your first year, right? Playing so-called professionally, right? Up overseas.
Yeah.
Or not overseas. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's go back. How the heck did you start playing football? American football, I mean.
I started when I was 17, I think. Yeah, I started when I was 17. I was at school, college or sixth form. And one of my friends, they played rugby in a local team, and they needed players to make up the members. So they didn't have enough members. They had a game coming up. So I'd never played rugby in my life. My mom didn't let me play rugby. She said it was too dangerous. So my friend messaged me. He was like, "Yo, come with me on Saturday. We have a game. You don't need to know the rules. Just stay where I tell you to stay. And when you get the ball, run." I was like, "Okay, cool, I can do that." So that was my first ever rugby game on a Saturday. Went, played the game, and then after the game, one of my other friends on the same team was like, "Let's go to." He goes to American football, so he had been playing for a couple of years before that for the junior team. And he's like, "Let's go to training over here." And I was like, "We just finished the game. You want to go to training after we just finished the game? That doesn't make any sense." And we went to another place. Peckham is a local park where they had a team. So that's where his junior team played, and that's when I met the coach. Introduced myself. He's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, I don't do anything. I don't even know what the sport is." He's like, "Can you run?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit. A little bit." And he's like, "Okay, cool." Gave me the ball. He's like, "Just do some sprints over here," and then just put me in running back. And I played 1 season in juniors, and that was it. Afterwards, I went to seniors, and then the senior I played for the London Olympians when I was 18, and then after that, I went to uni, Coventry University, and I played there for 3 years. And then after Coventry University that's where in Coventry University, so that's what 4 years of football now. 4 years of 4 or 5 years of football in Coventry University. I did 3 years there, and that's where I met Dom. So Dominic, he's the one that introduced me to the Pori Bearsi. So he played overseas, and obviously he was coaching at the uni. And he saw me play, and he knows what I can do, etc. So after I finished uni, literally third year of uni, summer of 2019, Dom just messaged me saying, "Do you want to play in Finland?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?"
I remember that because we were watching your highlights. Actually, Tom showed me your highlights. It was like, we might get that too. It was like he was running over everybody. It's like, okay, yeah, that would help us a lot,
Yeah, no.
And it did help us a lot.
Yeah, it was Pori was great. I mean, that was my first experience of playing abroad. I wasn't really aware that there was football abroad. Like, I knew people played football. I didn't know about the level or the professional, semi-professional standard. All I knew was the English football, which was like the Premiership and the divisions and stuff like that. But we were all classed as amateur, so it's not professional.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mind or rather my scope, I wasn't aware that there was a whole other world of football in Europe. I just knew about England. So yeah, Dom asked me to come, and I was like, yeah, okay. So after I finished uni as well, so I didn't have anything else to do. It was either I'm going to get a part-time job and work, and then play English football. I could come over there and play professional football. So then we made that happen. And
why not?
yeah,
It's but okay. So let's go back. Now it's funny to hear like in Estonia we don't really have anything. Like we only have like one club, and we try to play every once in a while in Finland or go south, play some with some like Belarus or some places like that. We used to play. You guys have a freaking university leagues too, right?
yeah. So we have junior league, which is the under 18s, and then we have the adult league, which is the over 18s,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have the university league. We call that Bucks. So British University, I think competitions or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we call that Bucks. So in that we have different divisions as well. So we have Bucks Premiership, and then Division 1, 2. I don't know if there's a 3. I think it's just Division 1 and 2. I don't think there's a 3.
And it's still 11 on 11 and everything, right?
Yeah. So it's same rules, same everything. It's the same rules as college football in America.
Okay.
They break it up into locations. So you have Bucks Premiership North and South.
Okay.
So that's how they split the teams, etc. And then the winners of the South play, I think, the winners of the North for like the overall conference thing, and then you get your championships.
But and you have enough guys actually on every team. Like most teams don't have any problem.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So for our junior team, my junior team didn't have enough guys simply because of the location, because of where we were. Like I said, I wasn't aware that there was football in that area because, well, I just wasn't aware.
Yeah, that's fine.
So only a few of the junior guys knew. So when I went to play, come game day, we had maybe about 22 people or maybe 20. So we ended up having to play offense and defense in my junior team. Like we played both sides of the ball. When I went up to the adults, that's when adults have a lot more people, and college has university has even more people, because university is like, they advertise it with when you go to like open days for schools, they advertise, we have an American football team, so people are aware. And come like what's that, trial sessions and stuff like that, you get like 200 people come in.
Tryouts, you mean?
Like
tryouts
for the tryouts. Yeah, you get like 200 people coming for uni. And then when we have like a proper team practice, there's like 60, 70. So on or more even, on a game day, we have to choose, if we're playing at home, is a 60-man roster. If we're going away, it's a 45-man roster. So we have to like cut people off. There's enough people.
Yeah, that's plenty, if not enough. No, I mean, like, that's fine. But how's like equipment, everything, all everything looks nice and stuff, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, so equipment wise, it depends on the university you're at. Everybody has different level of funds, like money available.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, if you know you're in football, it's best to have your own equipment. Like if you're gonna play during the summer, and if you're gonna play outside at university as well, it's best to have your own equipment. So I have my own stuff, but the university will provide you with stuff. So if you don't have anything at all, university will give you the helmets, give you the shoulder pads, like you rent it with the fees that you pay. And then at the end of the season, you give it back. All the teams do it. Yeah. So the adult teams do it as well. Junior teams do it. Everybody rents equipment.
That's cool. Yeah, like literally, we don't have anything like that in Estonia. That's why I want to get like that's just funny, because that's something you don't really think it's going on in Europe. Like in US, that makes sense, right? But even in freaking UK, it's on such a high level already. Like that helps a lot, because I know back home here, the main problem is equipment, because it's so expensive, and it's hard to get.
It is expensive. Yeah. It is expensive. Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
Well, that's funny, because I would say that the level of football in the UK is lower than the level in Europe. When I say Europe, I mean countries like France, Germany, Austria, Finland, like the countries that compete at the high level with the semi-professional. Yeah. So it's funny that you being there doesn't. I mean, I guess it depends on how involved the country is. We don't have any government funding for the sport at all. Like I play for Great Britain, I play for the country itself, and we don't have a training facility. We have to use like a university facility to train or to do like our meetings and stuff like that. and this is the country's team. This is like, you know what I mean? This is we compete internationally.
That's crazy. Like, I mean,
so, like,
we have exactly the same problem. And I mean, like, we are so small, like we are already so small, and even freaking UK doesn't have a government backing. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's just, like other things like football, rugby, cricket even has government backing and all that kind of stuff. But we just, football wise, American football, we don't have any sort of government funding for the British team, which makes no sense, because then we're also expected to fly out and go play in Europe. Like, we flew out to go to Sweden 2 years ago to go and play and stuff like that. And it's like, it's different level of funding.
That's crazy. But I mean, at least you guys have pretty good opportunity to start, at least. But so universities, can you start as a, like, literally you don't know anything about it? Like, can you go for a tryout and you're athletic enough and they actually can teach you everything?
Yeah. So obviously with the tryouts, what they're looking for is talent. If you come in and you're exceptionally fast or you're exceptionally strong, if you are better than a guy who's currently in front of you, all you have to do is catch up on your playbook and you get the spot. It's literally about who is best for the position. It's not about like how long you've been there. When I went to uni, I got into the starting position. I'd played a year and a half prior, but like I was a standout from like the rest of the athletes that were there in that position at the time. Like I brought something different. Like the running backs they didn't have one that was like, you know, would hit hard. They had like scat backs. They would run like outside and, you know, try to, you know, do all the shimmy stuff and avoid contact. And with me, I wasn't afraid to lower my shoulder.
Yeah, I know that.
Comes down,
you're not afraid. Like... Yeah, nope, you're not afraid. Unfortunately, I was thinking.
So, like, I came.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, no, when I came, like I showed what I could do. Obviously, after a couple of practices, coaches start to notice things, and they're like, "Okay, cool." And then suddenly you're moving up on the depth chart. So it's really about like your effort. If they recognize what you can do and if you can benefit the team, it doesn't matter about how much knowledge you have. Like you have your playbook sessions to catch up, and that's what like the captains will help you do, and offense meetings will help you do. Playbook sessions and all that kind of stuff is there for, but your individual talent speaks for itself.
Okay, that kind of makes sense though, like because you start, like if you have guys just coming in, they have like minimal experience beforehand. I mean, then that's the only way you can differentiate them. And I mean, then it's your job to teach them the game and let's go.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Yeah, you get people that have a lot of people that came in the tryouts. A lot of people come from like regular football, like soccer. Others, really? Most of them come from rugby. So most of them come from like a rugby background, and they want to try like a new sport. And that one is good as a better transition, because rugby and football, in terms of physicality, is the same thing. So those people are easier to transition than the people who play like soccer and basketball and stuff like that. I mean, so they're not used to it.
Yes. In soccer, you touch them, they were gonna start rolling on the ground already. So I mean, you see it even right now. Freaking Euros are going on right now.
Bro, it's so crazy, because like playing football has changed my outlook on how like these soccer players behave on the field, and it annoys me so much when I'm watching. Like I've seen some where people will go like this and they'll fuck somebody's face like that. Just a small bite, and then they'll be rolling on. I'm like, get up, man! Oh, come on,
exactly.
Bro.
Grow some balls now. Come on, let's go.
Get out, man. There's some people don't even touch them. Like they'll do that, and it's just the wind, and they're trying to like they want to get a free kick so bad they'll be laying on the floor. It's like, oh my god.
I mean I mean it's but I mean if you can get the yellow card for other guy and he's gonna get another one, it's a big advantage already. So.
That's what it's for, isn't it? They want the free kicks and the penalties and stuff, but it's annoying it slows down the game.
Exactly. Okay, but then how's, like, I know you guys had NFL Europe there too, right? So I'm guessing you have pretty long history with American connection somewhat. So coaching wise, are all of, like, I'm guessing most of them have had some sort of like NCAA experience or some even professional experience, or
so from my experience with the people that have coached me, a lot of them have played in, we had NFL Europe back in the day where we had like the London Monarchs and stuff like that. They used to play, like, compete in European levels. So that a lot of those players from those times, like in the 80s and the 90s, those are the people that are coaching now. So a lot of my coaches from when I was younger, they are NFL Europe players. They played at that level, won championships and stuff like that. So they're not NFL level, but they have experience of playing in the game, and then have the experience of playing in the position that they're coaching. Same thing for the university level as well. When it comes to, I guess, when it comes to like the GB level, that's when you get to, when it comes to the British
the men's league,
the national level. That's when the national level. So for the country, that's when you get like some of the coaches. One of the coaches was an importer. He was American, stuff like that. And in the men's league as well, actually, now you mention it, for the Premiership, one of the coaches, or some of them, can be imports as well. There's London Warriors. That's like the best team currently. They won a championship recently in the UK for the men's, the adults league. Their head coach, or the offensive coordinator, he played for the Falcons. For the Steelers back in the day. I think either on practice squad, or he started, or not started, either on practice squad, or like he was on the roster or something like that. But he's got like a ring from the championship back in the day. So he's yeah.
That's cool.
You have like other coaches that have played at different levels in college. Throughout school. So you have some that have been to play at college football, or they've coached at a certain level in college football. So those are rare though. Like, that's not the majority. Those are like very few that have gone to that level. But the majority of the coaches in the UK, both at junior level, adult level, and at university level, have played in NFL Europe, or have played in the European leagues to some degree. Like, one of my coaches, Coach Neo, he's a coach I'm currently with now. He played in the GFL quite some time ago. He played NFL Europe as well. Like, he's done the whole European football thing. So a lot of them have experience of European football, playing like semi-pro across Europe.
I mean, in NFL Europe, even your coaches were Americans, so they played under American systems and stuff. Even though it wasn't NFL, but it was the same system. So you pick it up, and I mean that's a big advantage and experience itself. Like that is cool. Like, in Pori, our head coach was NFL stuff also, right?
yeah.
Freaking connections. Okay, but then how's men's leagues? You said in UK the men's league is then fully amateur, right? Or do you have imports? Can you have imports?
Yes. No. No. So we don't have imports. So it's amateur. So nobody's paid. So you're not allowed to pay per se. So if you have like an American player who's like living here,
right?
Maybe going to school here or something, then they can play. Like, there's nothing stopping them from playing. But yeah, we don't have imports as such. We don't have imports.
So you think that's the reason why UK, like, if you watch those rankings, those freaking European top rankings, it's usually German, Austrian, France, some Finnish teams are there too, but you don't see many UK teams there. You think that's one of the reasons, right?
I think that's is a factor, because the imports do help. Like, the imports do help like elevate the game to a certain degree, and they just, like, when they're, I guess, especially if they're from America and stuff like that, they've been training since they were babies in the sport, or in that specific position. So when they come and join the team, they definitely help elevate the game and help like bring up, just make the team stronger. The UK teams, we don't have many imports, but we do have like individual talent. It's funny because we have enough talent for us to become imports for somebody else.
That's crazy.
We are here, when we're here, we're not good enough to. But we're not good enough to like to gel, to bring up ourselves up in that ranking that you're talking about. But then I think the reason why is because the imports, the talented players leave to become imports, because there's an opportunity to get paid and play the game. So all the talent is leaving. Therefore, the British level doesn't really get to rise as much, because the talent that would bring it up is leaving to go elsewhere, because they get to they have an opportunity to get paid.
But there's also, like, if you have imports, what usually happens, you bring those imports in, your own guys at that position, mostly quarterback, they can't get that experience and development at your home. So that's why maybe in UK you have those imports coming from UK now, because they get all the playing time they don't necessarily have to compete
Yeah.
against those Americans now, which like it's a bit unfair regardless. Like because that's different. But UK's always been pretty good at national level, right? At least
yeah, we've been able to compete.
Yeah, at least compete. Yeah, exactly. So how's that been? Like you said before, you are on a national team. I'm also on an Estonian national team, which doesn't make sense. We don't technically have one, but that's cool still. Technically don't have one, but we have freaking cool helmets though. Freaking cool helmets, if nothing else. But how's that been then? Or that experience playing for a national team and stuff?
The national team, it's surreal. So obviously, it's an accumulation of what is supposedly the best players in the country.
Yeah.
So the level at the national team, the level at practice even is very different to the level at the men's league and the level at university. Because like everybody there is like, you know, they're that guy, so to speak. So everybody just it functions a lot more smoother, and you can see the difference in intensity and the difference in gameplay. But yeah, no, we are good enough to. I mean, when we play in Europe, usually in the high conferences, like we usually play against like France and Germany, etc. Last time we played, we played against Russia and Sweden. We're definitely like good enough to compete with some of the high teams in Europe.
But did you play any of those European championships or something like that too, or was it a bit early?
I haven't played in any of the championships. So I only started in 2019.
Yeah, of course.
I only got my first 2 caps in 2019, and then nothing's happened since then.
Yeah.
But beforehand, they were in some championships beforehand, I believe, or like in the conference for it. I remember they went to like a tournament for a while. I think a year before or 2 years prior. I wasn't really paying attention to them at that point, so I can't really speak on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's cool. But okay, yeah, of course now everything got cancelled and because of COVID and stuff. So whenever we can go back, I think they should come. Was it 2018? I want to see they played European Championships. I want to say because that
probably 2018. Yeah.
And then
probably 2018. And then I played in 2019.
Yeah, and then they should come around pretty soon here. But of course, everything maybe got postponed, and so we'll see how that goes. But that's cool though. But when you played those 2 games, did you get any playing time too, right? Or
yeah. So I scored in both games.
Easy.
Yeah. Like because I was new, I didn't get as many touches as I'm used to. So like I had to sit down for a bit and chill for a bit. But like when I did get my opportunities, which was very annoying to do. When I did get my opportunities, I made the most of it. Got my yards and I got my TDs. So like that's something that you can't take away from me. But like when you start, because there are people that have been there the years before, and the coaches are more familiar with that, like their style of gameplay. Like you know how it goes. Like they will hit the veterans, etc. So they go first, and then I'm not too mad at that. But there was a game where I thought the coaching could have been better in terms of personnel. This was the game against Sweden, where it was raining. It was wet. Obviously, not the best time to throw the ball, so to speak, when it's wet and raining. And then the backs that they had in, they were doing the jobs, which just wasn't as effective. And I was like, get me into that rotation. Let me see what I can do. I was speaking to my coach, and coach was like, I'm not in charge of the rotations. The head coach is in charge of the rotations. So I'm just there like, okay, cool. I waited. They put me in the 4th quarter. I had 3 touches. I scored. So I was like, but then it was too late. Late. Like, had you put me in when I asked you to put me in, I would have scored a lot more earlier.
Easy, and because I've won, easy money, Yeah, but that's how it is, though. That's how it is, That's with if you go to a new team, you're a younger guy. That's always it is. You have to earn your stripes, That's how they say that.
Yeah.
So then we went 2019. We were in Finland. You were my roommate, and then we played there, first division. We lost in the final. Still kind of decent season, I think. It was freaking.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and yeah, if like I think I've seen your highlights from that year. I'm gonna add that link to that one whenever we publish it. I mean, you need to see how that guy just jumps over guys and runs them over and stuff. Like that was like a cheat code, you know. But that helped us a lot. But then after that, I heard you got signed with GFL, right?
Yeah. So after 2019, obviously after my season with Pori, I got some attention from the GFL. I had some teams reaching out to me, which is obviously the natural progression next step. Even had some teams in Maple League reaching out to me as well.
Okay.
So I signed with one of the teams in the GFL, the Hurricanes,
That was
for the 2020 season.
one or two.
One, so one of the teams. So I was speaking to a couple, and I signed. Like I committed to one of the teams in the GFL to play for them the next season, which would be 2020. That didn't happen because that's when the whole world decided to shut down. So that didn't happen.
Did you even go there, or you didn't even go there?
And as we were about to do it, because when did COVID?
March.
I think COVID March.
Yeah.
So I was meant to fly out. I remember I was meant to fly out on the 28th of February because they had my tickets. They had like everything booked out and sorted out. I was meant to fly out to go over to Germany, 28th of February. And then as the times were getting closer, the country shut down the borders and we weren't allowed to take any flights. And then we suddenly went into lockdown. Next thing I knew, everything's cancelled. Everything in the world is cancelled. You're not allowed to leave your house. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You're not allowed to go shopping. Everybody was buying all the toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
that's crazy though. I mean, but that was the same for everybody though. It's like suddenly out of blue. It's like, God dang it, everything's cancelled. But how does the freaking, you don't have an agent, right? Just teams are just finding out and just reaching out to you, right?
Yeah.
Because
so there's this thing called Euro players.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about Euro players.
Euro players.
So I signed up to Euro players, put my highlights on there, and I put my page on there that says active. So obviously coaches can reach out, and you can reach out to teams as well. And my highlights were on Facebook as well. Put my highlights on Instagram. Like I just posted my highlights in general. So yeah, a lot of the contacts came through Euro players, and the rest came through Facebook Messenger. Like coaches just added me,
okay,
and then messaging me. Yeah.
But like I mean, GFL 1 is the highest league in Europe. Like that's the pinnacle. So that's pretty cool. Going from Finnish first division to freaking GFL, like that is pretty cool. Now,
I mean, I was at the CFL combine, so that's probably what helped bring more attention.
Oh, you were there before?
Yeah, so at the start of after the season in Finland, they put me. I applied and I got through, and they brought me in for the trials in January of 2020.
Where?
So before
in
I signed, before I even in the UK. So we have a CFL global combine in the UK. Where they have it usually it's in Germany or in France. So CFL like global combine where they try to recruit global players. This was the first one they did in the UK. They did it in Bristol. So they invited a select amount of players. I think it was about maybe 25 players, different positions to come, and we do a combine. So that one happened in January. So literally January 2020, I had the combine, CFL combine in 2020, and then I had the GFL contract in February 2020. And then everything just went downhill from there. Like everything was going so up.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm almost at the highest level in Europe, and then it's like, God dang it, everything went down.
Yeah.
But how was
the CFL combine was good?
Yeah, how was that? Like, is it similar to NFL combine? You just run and do those?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so same thing. I've got like I send you that. I got highlights from that. I can send it to you.
Okay.
So yeah, same thing. You go, you do.
What you ran? What you ran
positional, then? What ran? So time there, I got 4.6 at the time, or hand time anyway.
Okay.
I think 4.6 for the first one. Second one got 4.5 for the hand time, but I don't know how accurate that is.
But that's good still. That's still good, you know.
Yeah. The laser times were very inaccurate.
Yeah.
So we don't count that one. So yeah, you do the 40, you do the bench, you do the the broad, you do the shuttle, you do the shuffle, you like everything. So yeah, it was good. It was good. I was training for it for a while. When I came back from Finland, I was injured.
Yeah.
I had like an issue with my knee and with my groin and stuff. And then I got the email saying I've been successful. So then I couldn't even like recover properly. I had to start training immediately for the combine within like a month or two. So yeah, I was kind of like, it was hard to do. It was hard to do. So yeah, I think my performance suffered a little bit. And I could have shredded down a little bit more, but yeah, I was trying to do really well on the bench. So
how much
I had to keep the weight up on that.
How much you got?
I got 24 on the bench. So I managed to get 24 on the bench. Yeah,
that's pretty good for a
that
running
was the second
back.
best on that day.
Yeah, that's freaking running back I'm talking about. That's cool. But then you had all the combined. Did you have those positional stuff also, right? Positional drills and.
Yep. So the positional drills. Yep.
Were they similar?
So we did them.
Or because Canadian rules are a bit different now, right? Did you do some weird stuff too, or?
No. So the combine combine were the same thing. So I know there's a difference in the Canadian the
football,
the rules of the game, but for them to gauge your talent, for them to measure the talent, they use the same measurements as the NFL combine. So we're doing the same thing. You're doing like for the receivers, doing the gauntlet. I did that as well. But running backs, you do the zigzags, you do the going through the not the hurdles, the bags, and then doing the cuts. Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. So all the stuff were the same. All the drills are the same.
And did you get any feedback from there? Like how close were you actually, or whatever?
So the guy they chose, so they choose one guy at the start, and then they choose a second guy a week after when they review the film and stuff like that. So the guy they chose was the guy David. He was absolute unit. It's crazy. He's the only one that beat me on the bench. I think he got 28, I believe. And I got 24. I was very upset. But I think he's huge. He's a big guy, like D-line / linebacker. He's huge. So they chose him. And then afterwards they chose another running back a week after, Glenn. He's got tons of experience. He's a like crazy talented guy. I spoke to one of the coaches, and one of the feedback I got was, I was like, because the game is different. So you know how the game is different in the CFL. There's a lot more running, like a running start sometimes. That I was like a bit too heavy for the CFL game, like because it's more of a passing game. I needed to lose a bit of weight, so I ended up like, that's why I shred down to 96 kg. So I had to like try to
get some speed up and lateral quickness and all that stuff, right? Because
just to be lighter on my feet.
Yeah, I believe the freaking it's wider field too. I think it's like
it's wider.
It's longer for sure. Their end zone is 20 yards, I think, and
20 yards. And
the craziest thing is there's 1 yard gap between the O line and the T line. That's the great. It looks so freaky.
The receivers are allowed to take a running start.
The forward motion. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's why it's so wide open. But they only have 3 downs to get the first down, though. So that's why you have to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's cool, though. That's cool. But I'm guessing you're planning to get another shot at that, right?
So obviously right now, studying. So I'm playing in the UK, going abroad. I wanted to go abroad, but it didn't work out. And it's probably best that I'm here anyway, because I have more time to focus on my studies, and I'm keeping in shape. I'm playing for like a local team just to get some current film. But afterwards, I'm planning to see if I can take another shot at that, and if I can take one more shot, if I can take a shot at the NFL thing. If not, then I'm probably just life has to continue in it.
I mean, you just give it a shot, you give everything you have, and then it's fine if it doesn't happen. No regrets or shit like that. So right now, you're just playing locally, right? And and you're done with your studies when?
No, I'm done with my studies in September, so that's when my deadline is due for the dissertation. So
Okay, that's cool. And what you got? What was your degree then? Yeah, degree.
I'm doing my master's in clinical psychology. I already have a degree. I got a Bachelor of Science in psychology. So I'm currently doing my master's in clinical psychology at the moment.
So you mean
it's a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I know. I'm doing my master's also. Like it is a lot. Like it can be a pain in the butt, especially especially if you want to train and do all the other stuff too. You know, like it takes so much time. But
yeah,
how old were you? You were 24, 5?
Right now, I'm 24.
24. So yeah, I mean, you're still like, I mean, even if you want to go to CFL, it's fine though. I think age-wise, you're still young enough, you know.
I know.
So
but it's like once I'm done studying, like I wanna start earning some money, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I know. That's
like
amazing.
life.
Because
life sucks in it, but
yeah.
like you have to pay the bills.
Yeah, that's true. Because even in Europe, you don't really make that much money anyways with it, right? It's something more fun.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, you know. But some other things. So I know you grew up with Efe, right? Obada, who is in.
He played for he's in what's he with the Bills now, right?
Yeah, he's with the Bills now.
And he played for my junior team. So the team that I started off playing, he played for that team. And he played for London Warriors, the team that I mentioned before, like the team that's best in the UK. But yeah, the team my junior team in Peckham, that's where he started off as well. So it's crazy that he started off from there, and he's like out in the States right now. And there's another guy, Tiggy Sanko. He played. He was recruited by Cleveland Browns. I think he's in the CFL now, but like last couple of years, he's been in the NFL with the Browns. He's a safety.
Yeah, I remember.
We played together.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we played in the same. We played in the same team, the junior team. So he was there my first year of playing football. Like he was already a standout at that point. Anyway, so it's no surprise he's out there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
Like you have to be a physical freak to get that attention initially, and then it's like, those coaches always think, you know, if I get the physical freak, I can make him into a superstar. You know,
you can coach him.
Yeah, exactly. You can coach him. Did Efe go through the pathway program or whatever that is, or no?
No. So Efe took a very risky move. He was at the Warriors. One of the Warriors coaches. He had connections to, I believe, was the Cowboys.
I think so. Yeah.
Obviously, he sees Efe. Efe is like, when you see him, he's crazy, just huge. So like he knew Efe was different, and he made some calls, and then they were like, "Oh, we can give you a shot." But one of our trials, our combines, stuff like that, or camps, I believe he went. But Efe had to like pay for himself to go over there and do the camp and everything. And luckily, it paid out. It worked out for him. He managed to get on the practice squad, I believe, on the Falcons.
Yeah. He bounced around initially, but then he got stuck with Panthers for multiple seasons. Actually,
Panthers,
he did some good stuff there.
He had a shot. He had a shot,
crazy.
And he took it.
I mean, sometimes you have to do that, like, and that's gonna pay out. But that's so cool though, because nowadays, you know, like I'm a Giants fan. We got the freaking running back from Austria last year because through the pathway program again. Like that's super cool what they do. So at least they give you an opportunity for those foreign players to get the chance. And now NFL, they have that one extra spot for international players.
Yeah, for the international player.
So that
I'm hoping I can get a shot onto that pathway at some point.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
Before I hang up my boots.
But do you know how to get there? How does that work?
You just have to. They contact you, so you just have to play your best football, and then they'll see that you're that guy, and then they'll reach out to you. That's how usually it works. But if you know the people, then you can hit them up. But more time, they will come and find you, because there's been cases where they've messaged people who don't even play football, like people who do different sports altogether, and they brought them into the combine just because like they're physically talented, like they're just athletic.
I mean, the freaking Philadelphia Eagles left tackle was the Australian rugby player before. He came through the same system, right? And they brought.
There's another rugby player in Bills, Christian Wade. He was a running back. He played some of the preseason games, I think 2 years ago. But yeah, he was a rugby player, and he went through the pathway and managed to do that transfer. So like, if you're good, like they'll find you. They'll find you.
I mean, honestly, it's not that hard. Like you only have so many good players in Europe anyway. So if you're good, usually the word gets around, I guess. So because like
like your film and stuff like that, your actions will speak for themselves, and they'll find you.
I mean,
get to you.
One of our guys he went to that. In UK there was another camp for for younger ones, and he got NFL something. I'm blanking now. But yeah, there was some legit coaches and stuff. It's meant for players so they can get the like university scholarships in US or in UK.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Academy, NFL Academy.
Yes, that one. Yeah, our boy went through there. One of our teammates, he's a younger one, way younger than I am, and he's gonna get some.
To 18.
Yeah, he's gonna get something in US. Like I've heard some rumors, like some good ones now. Like that's a really good one too, especially for younger ones. Like that's the outlet.
That's something that they set up, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I was so upset. I was so upset when they did it, because when I figured out that when it came to that they were doing it, I was excited when I heard about it. I was like, yes, NFL Academy. And then when they put the age groups, they said it was 16 to 18 only. I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. Oh my god!
I know, like it's
like the guys who have.
Yeah, it's crazy. Same here, like. Even right now, like finally in Estonia, we got a foreign coach. We have first time ever we have not somebody who actually knows coaching and stuff. No disrespect any other ones before, but it's like same here. Like I'm too old. I would have loved to have that opportunity when I was 16 and so on. But
it's like you can't be upset because it's a great opportunity for the next generation.
Exactly.
Like, why couldn't it have been there for me?
Exactly.
Like, for my generation.
Exactly. But I mean, it is what it is, and
some of the guys.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, some of the guys who are there right now, like obviously it's like a school program. You're working to try and get into a junior college, and some of them have. Like, there's a guy who managed to get into. He's got a scholarship, I think, from Alabama. There's a guy who managed to get a scholarship from like Michigan, etc., etc. Like it's crazy. Like they're actually making moves to get into those places. Obviously, once you get there, you have to compete.
Yes, of course.
But the whole point of the pathway is to get you to that spot in the first place, and it's just like.
Yeah, get the opportunity.
To have that opportunity in front of you is just crazy. It's crazy. It's amazing.
I said for our head coach, Klaus, was it Klaus, right?
Klaus.
Yeah,
wow. His son.
His son is freaking. He has so many offers. That's crazy.
I've seen.
And I actually like when we were there. Like he was at one practice. I went against him. Yeah, he was way younger, but he's so freaking big. Like, I mean, that makes sense. And he's over there right now doing some high school stuff, I think.
Yeah. He's just doing like camps around the country and everybody just giving him offers.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been watching. I'm keeping track of his program.
He has a freaking legit Division 1 offers, which is so freaking cool. And that's cool. But yeah, we are too old for that, you know. but that's why the pathway program works, because I mean, how old was Efe? He wasn't that young either when he went there, right?
Efe wasn't that young when he went there. No, Efe was. Yeah, he was. I think he was 23.
23.
I think Efe was 23 when he decided.
We Giants got Anthony Doble, French receiver. He was 27. Yeah. He was 27 when they got him.
Oh.
Yeah. And he stuck around on a practice squad. I think a year only. But still, 27, like that's fine. And I
mean, if you can move, you can move.
Yeah, exactly. Age doesn't really. I mean, 27, you're actually in your physical prime, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, all these teams always looking for like people in the early 20s, like 22, 21, just to, have them for longer.
Yeah, it gives them more time to develop, you know. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. But yeah, that would be cool. So now your plan: let's finish the school, and then let's give it 1 or 2 shots, right? And then let's see how it goes. Right?
So right now, finish school is the first one. I'm gonna play in the UK for the summer as well. So get some recent film. And
how's the restrictions? Can you do full season and everything, or are there some restrictions still?
So it's just it's not full season. We're just doing the regular season. There's no postseason. So just regular season games. I think it's 6 games per team. They've narrowed it down to where each team is playing. There's 4 teams in each conference now.
Mm-hmm.
So they've cut off like sections of the country to 4 teams per conference. So every team's playing each other. So every team has six games, all in all. So
Okay.
it's not many games to work with, but
Yeah.
there's no post-season as well.
Okay.
So, but it's still something. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
something.
of course. It's better than nothing, you know. So, okay.
Yeah.
But then,
So I'm gonna do that, get some film, and then hopefully I'll try to shoot my shot at the CFL again. I'll try to shoot my shot at the NFL pathway, and then if that doesn't work out, I'm just gonna. I might continue studying, or I might just get into work. But either way, I need to become an adult. Like you can't,
yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to start paying bills and
you
stuff.
can't be playing. Yeah.
That's true. That's
Because
true.
football is great, but like it demands like your summer, like to take out your summer.
Yes.
Especially if you're gonna go play abroad, you have to not be doing anything, and I can't do that.
Exactly.
I got family,
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is, you know. But that's like, as long as you give everything you have, and in the end you won't have any regrets.
Oh,
Then.
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
and that's fine.
I mean, like from my level now, I think I have a lot of memories from football and a lot of like opportunities, and I've been lucky to be able to do the things I've been able to do and get to the places and experience the
freaking
things I've been able to experience.
Meet people you have no idea existed before.
Meeting people.
Yeah.
Like Estonia. I've been to Estonia before I didn't know Estonia even existed.
Exactly.
But I've been to Estonia. I went to Tallinn. I went to Old Town.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Exactly.
And that's all because of football. Like I've been to Finland, I've been to Sweden. Like it's just football's given like, if football was to end right now for me, I'll be happy, because like I've experienced a lot. I've got a lot of trophies. I've got a lot of memories and a lot of friends and brotherhoods. I've got a lot of friends and brothers out there. So football's amazing, man. It's been good. Hopefully more things come out.
That's why it's so freaking beautiful. You have such a big locker room, so many people you get around, and even on freaking in Europe, you see some weird shit too, though. But that's cool, though.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's it, man. Thanks for showing up. That was cool. Our first English podcast. Now let's see how many people are actually listening to this stuff. Because
how many people understand what I'm saying?
Mostly actually. I mean, you're like, you have a little bit of that African accent in you too, but it's still mostly British. If that would be like Tom or something initially, like Tom was initially, I was like, okay, now let's think like that English is a bit different now. Like, I mean, that was
where Dom is from. So with like even in the English language, there's different dialects depending on the area. Obviously, I'm from London, so we have a certain way of speaking. I'm from South London. We have a certain way of speaking. Dom, he's from like Midlands. They have a different their accent, and it's different. He's Irish on top of everything as well. So he's like,
his English is funny, but that's still cool. That's cool. But yeah, thanks for showing up, and that was cool catching up with you. Haven't seen you in a while, so whenever you never know, maybe we will see again sometime.
Before I end up like closing the chapter, I think I want to do one more season at Pori before I like hang up the boots, if I can. Like it'll be nice to go back. So if I ever do decide that, I'll let you know. Get like the gang back together.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. I'm still young too, so I'm still 26, so I can still do that shit. I'm still playing here in US, so I'm still in shape, so it's fine. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
And
the next couple of years,
yeah,
I'll be going back to
Albert is still playing with the Estonian team this year, as far as I know. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So I think that's it. Thanks for listening. Yeah, we can do that part in English. You've already listened it for freaking 45 minutes in English, so we can finish it in English, so no problem. So thanks for listening, and see ya next time. See ya.
See you next time. Have a good day, guys.